Hello, everyone, and today we're going to be talking about the severe weather event that could potentially happen in the southern plains. If you haven't already, please like and subscribe, and let's get into the video. If you're wondering why this down here is all blacked out, that's because of ads. Anyway, the air throughout this video where these storms are is expected to be relatively warm and unstable. So let's move in and see if we can get a closer look. By the way, this is about 6 p.m. somewhere, maybe around actually 3 or 4 p.m. somewhere around there Central Time. You could see the storms going off here. Whoops. The storms going off here in Texas and Oklahoma. I don't know if at this point these storms will be severe. I think there's a marginal risk for this time frame. This is about, 9 p.m. You can see the storms are getting a bit more robust out here in southern Oklahoma and into Texas. As we move into about 9 p.m. here now, you can see the storms are really starting to get together here in Arkansas, Oklahoma, and Texas. This complex of storms could produce severe weather, including isolated tornadoes. This is 12 Central. We could see a low pressure center forming the precipitation and thunderstorms to the north of it here. The low pressure system will likely help it. This is about 3 a.m. here Central Time. You see it kind of helps it here. Northern Arkansas, southeastern Oklahoma, and central Texas now here seeing some severe weather. You can see how the low pressure center is moving this way. Anyway, you could also see how it's kind of almost a warm front, cold front setup at this point, where the wind is flowing northward here. But it's not quite there yet, I don't think. That's my opinion. It could be something different right now, but anyway, this is about 6 a.m. You can see the low pressure system is really starting to help out these storms as they're starting to really get growing here. This is about 9 a.m. now. You can see the storms are starting to move into Missouri and Tennessee here. I don't know if they'll be severe as far north as Missouri and Tennessee due to the fact that the air may not be as high temperatures as it is down south, and severe storms need warm air in the lower levels of the atmosphere and cold air in the upper levels. Though cold air is likely going to be in place here at the upper levels, but it's probably not going to be warm air in the low levels of the atmosphere. This is about noon Central Time on Thursday. We can see the low has really taken over here. 1,004 millibars. We got some storms still dragging behind to the south of it. A lot of storms to the north. Anyway, this is about 4 p.m. We could see there's still a disorganized area of low pressure somewhere in there. Right in here, likely stationed over Arkansas right here. And we can see almost kind of a warm front up north, cold front down south set up here. Anyway, whoops. This is about maybe 9 p.m. Thursday, it's really starting to pick up the cold front, or the warm front cold front type look here. Which what the warm front cold front type thing does here is it allows warm air to funnel northward. Because if we look at the temperatures here, we can see that temperatures are in the 60s near the Alabama-Tennessee state line and Mississippi. As you go further north, they're in the 50s, so pretty warm. Anyway, here, let's see. We can see back here, like I said, that really looks like a cold front, warm front type setup here. It almost looks like a disorganized area of low pressure over southeast Missouri. This is now on Thursday about 9 p.m. and let's see. It's still looking like a cold front, warm front type setup. We can clearly see it here. Like that. I think it's something like that right now. We see a low pressure system up to the north and west of this original system down here. This is about 12 a.m. on Friday now. We could see the low up here is deepening and almost wants to take over this original system here. But still we could see kind of a disorganized area of low pressure somewhere in there. Still kind of a warm front, cold front type looking setup. This is about 3 a.m. on Friday. Now we can see this original low pressure system really trying to take over here now. And we still have this cold front, warm front type look. The warm front up there, the cold front down to the south. And then we even have some mixed precipitation and freezing rain in Pennsylvania. Let's move along to about 6 a.m. on Friday. We still have this cold front, warm front type setup. But now we can see this low almost looks like it is attached to the original cold front like that. Like the cold front is moving something like that. Still freezing rain over Pennsylvania. This is about 9 a.m. on Friday. It still looks like a cold front, warm front type setup. Warm front out to the north, cold front down to the south. Maybe not severe weather at this point. I don't know, it's still a bit far out to tell. This is like today is Tuesday, so about 4 days out. The Storm Prediction Center showing potential too low. It says a non-zero threat may exist. It's still a bit far out to tell. Maybe tomorrow we'll get more information on this and we can see here it starts to die out. Anyway, let's go over to the Storm Prediction Center. I can finally take this big blob off there. So day 2, I think we're going to start with day 2. So this is tomorrow. Marginal risk for areas in Texas and southern Oklahoma. Let's see, maybe I should take the counties off so we can see the state lines better. Southern Oklahoma and Texas, seeing a marginal risk of severe weather, tornadoes even possible for Killeen, Round Rock, Temple, Cedar Park, and Georgetown. Hail possible for Dallas, Fort Worth, Arlington, Plano, and Garland. And wind threat possible for Dallas, Fort Worth, Arlington, Irving, and Grand Prairie, Texas. So we can see it looks like the main threat is wind and hail. There's a slight possibility that any discrete storms could contain a tornado. Now let's look at the day 3 outlook. This is about this looks to be Thursday. We could see a slight risk of severe weather over portions of Louisiana and Texas. Also a marginal risk of severe weather. Now let's look at the National Weather Service Watch Warning Advisory display. The one thing I wanted to talk about is in here, there was a potential for like up to 17 inches of snow for Watertown and Fulton and a few surrounding counties. It says 8 to 17 inches of snow. And the counties in purple could see anywhere from, I think it was like 3 to 11 or something like that. Or 3 to 7, okay, 3 to 7. The areas in blue out here, like very far eastern counties out here, the winter storm watch was for like 6 to 11 inches. Anyway, this not really much happening unless you're talking about like the heavier snow showers moving in through the Great Lakes region. This is the today. This is valid from 7 a.m. Eastern time today till 7 a.m. Eastern time tomorrow. This is like cold front sweeping down with a low pressure system meeting up here. You can see a stationary front set up along these areas here. And then a few high pressure systems along the Rockies and then along the Gulf Coast there. Anyway, severe weather will be a risk for Texas around the 30th. Heavy rainfall from near the Gulf Coast, near Houston, all the way up to the Appalachian Mountain Range. And then flooding will be a possibility for the Dallas-Fort Worth area going eastward to the Louisiana border. The Climate Prediction Center 6 to 10 day outlook valid from the 2nd through the 6th of February. We can see very much a warm in the south, cold in the north kind of trend. The warmth even stretches towards the central United States. And so that's about like, this is a good general area of where you could be seeing pretty relatively warm temperatures. Cold temperatures are basically anywhere in the north and even the California coast there. Also, precipitation from the 2nd to the 6th time frame. This is above average precipitation for areas in the northern United States and even down into the central United States. Below average precipitation for the southeast and also for some areas of the desert southwest. Climate Prediction Center 8 to 14 day outlooks valid from the 4th through the 10th. Great Lakes region in the southwest below normal temperatures. Same with some of the northeast. The south still generally above average temperature wise. Precipitation, it kind of shifts a little bit. You could see above average precipitation basically most of the country unless you live in the desert southwest. And then Weather Prediction Center, the excessive rain outlook. Today there doesn't look to be any potential for excessive rain. Tomorrow a marginal that means at least 5% risk for a flash flooding event. Day 3, this is on Thursday into early Friday. slight risk, which means 15% chance of flooding in southern Illinois, western Kentucky, southeastern Missouri, western Tennessee, most of Arkansas and northwestern Mississippi, northern Louisiana, and northeastern Texas and southeastern Oklahoma. Day 4, this is into the 1st of February, from January 31st to early on the 1st of February. Marginal risk stretching for some of the southern Appalachian Mountains all the way down near the Gulf Coast, and then a marginal risk for the northwest. A marginal risk for some of the west coast, like the central west coast, I guess you could say, for flash flooding. And a winter weather event of chance of greater than 4 inches of snowfall, 70% for a lot of the Great Lakes region. Tomorrow, 70% for some of the Great Lakes and some of the Rockies. Some near like Newfoundland. Also some near Vancouver and in British Columbia here. Anyway, if you haven't already, please like and subscribe, and thank you for watching this video. And one more thing, you should check out EpicPen Pro for only $2 a month. You can get extra colors, you can get whiteboard, blackboard, on-screen text, fading, ink, lines, circles, arrows, and squares. Anyway, thank you for watching today's video, and I'll see you in the next video.